Hey Tommy, Chinese manufacturers are taking over the world when it comes to electric cars. And we're about to show you one of the most inexpensive electric cars in the world. And you can see there's a lot of people around it. This is the BYD Dolphin.
That's right, Dad. Now, BYD is a very established automaker in China, and this Dolphin is starting to make waves, no pun intended, in other markets. And the reason it's here at the Japan Mobility Show in 2023 is China and BYD is really trying to come after the affordable electric car market here, and who knows, America might be next.
Yeah, well, Europe certainly is inundated with inexpensive Chinese EVs. So let's talk about money, because that's really what it's about, right? So a Tesla in Japan starts around 5 million yen. This is 3 million yen, and if you do that conversion, about 150 yen to a dollar, you're looking at about $20,000 electric car with a range of how much?
Right around 400 kilometers, so 250 miles. On the WLTP cycle, it's like 426, but they're a little optimistic, so figure 250 per charge. But here's the thing, Dad, right? Companies like BYD have been talking about entering the US now for quite some time, and it feels like we're getting closer and closer to cars like this coming stateside.
Well, it's funny because I was at the Detroit Auto Show like 14 years ago when it was full of Chinese cars. Remember the Coda?
I remember the Coda.
That was like the only one that actually made it. But these are real vehicles with real interiors and real range and actually real design.
Wow.
Speaking of real interiors, why don't you show them the inside?
Well, look, I think it's fair to say that some of the previous Chinese attempts have not been very good, but just my initial impression is this is worlds better. The quality in here is really good. The technology with this large portrait style screen here, full touchscreen display. Look at that. It does a swivel.
It's like the Fisker.
That's super cool. You've got your cool little drive selectors here. You've got your climate controls. It's a suede-ish material, almost like a neoprene. The seats are these bucket-style seats, very comfortable. Traction control off, your parking brake there. Qi wireless charger, adaptive cruise control, lane centering for under $20,000. And it's reading 460 kilometers of range at 96% state of charge. This thing is nice, Dad.
Yeah, let me try the back seat. So as you know, we recently bought a Chinese electric car, Candy K27, and that turned out to be the world's worst, at least the world's cheapest electric car. But this is, a world away from that.
Yeah, I mean, that was like Gen 1 of Chinese EVs. This is like the real modern approach at it.
I gotta say, not enough headroom. It does have a full-size sunroof, which, eats away at headroom. I do kind of like this design. That's very nice. But back here, it's not, it's more Japanese sized than American sized.
Well, this is a really small entry-level EV, right? Let's see the trunk. Actually, trunk is easily about the same size as the Chevy Bolt.
Yeah.
Very similar. Should we look at the tail end here? BYD Dolphin, this is part of the Ocean series in China. This slots above the Seagull.
And of course, build your dreams.
Why are you laughing?
Well, wouldn't it be below the Seagull as a Dolphin, Tommy?
No, it slots above the Seagull.
Really? The Seagull's cheaper than the Dolphin?
It sure is. Let's look on this side. Look, power seats. I mean, the amount of technology you get in here for the price is kind of next level. I like these air vents too, these almost Mercedes-styled air vents. Spotify integration. I don't know what any of this says. Oh boy, I messed it up. But yeah, Dad, I gotta say, I mean, from a tech standpoint and just the build quality, initial perceived quality standpoint,
so
it's really
China, good. You might be thinking to yourself, I'd never buy a Chinese car. Let me give you some names of Chinese cars that you may own already that you don't know are Chinese. In Europe, maybe the brand MG is familiar. That's a Chinese brand. How about Lotus? They're also owned by the Chinese. And of course, the most famous one of all is Volvo, which was purchased by a Chinese company, maybe it's, 10 years ago now?
Yeah, right. You got Geely with Polestar, that connection. So specs on this, Dad, 0 to 100 kilometers an hour, 0 to 62 miles per hour comes on in about 7 seconds. 150 kilowatt electric motor, you can see there. See the colors. Look at all you can get a pink.
Do we know how fast it charges? How many
It's like,
kilowatts
I don't
of
know
charging
what
it
the
has?
DC rate is, but full charge on AC is like 9.5 hours.
I wonder let's see what they have here in Japan. Is it like CCS like they have in Europe, CCS2?
Well, I kind of think it might be a CHAdeMO port.
Where's the charging point?
Oh no, it's, yeah, I think that is CHAdeMO.
Is that CHAdeMO?
So there's like J1772. I think that's a CHAdeMO port.
I don't know what that is.
Yeah, C. I'm pretty sure that's a Chatham report, Dave.
I wish we could ask, but my Japanese is not very good.
Now let's look at some other offerings here from BYD. So for folks out there thinking that, you know, the Chinese automakers are behind on style or you know, design, certainly some of
The
these.
seal, Tommy.
Here you go. That's above the Dolphin. Some of these designs are really good looking. I mean, it looks a little derivative of Model 3, the seal, but not bad.
You know, it also has a little bit of the Hyundai Ioniq 6, wouldn't you say?
Yeah, no, this is very
looks like a
derivative.
Defender.
Yeah, this is a Defender copy.
Yeah, let's walk around and show them. I mean, that is definitely very much Defender-ish.
Yeah, this is, I think it's
Except
called
the lights are, of course, it's a U8. How could you not know
U8.
this is a U8, Tommy?
very
people around
interesting design, though.
Yeah, U8 E4. Want to show them? Want to come over here and show them the interior? Zoom in on it. Beautiful interior. Very,
look at that
very
design,
premium
yeah.
looking. Yeah, look at that.
Here, I'll shoot through the window. Really interesting interior design, too. Looks very, very nice, actually.
It does look very nice.
Yeah, but it's very much a Defender, isn't it?
Thank you. There's a demonstration at 2:30, Tommy, which we probably won't be at because we're going to be at the new Prelude at 2:30.
And then lastly, we'll come over here.
Yeah.
This is the Denza D9.
Oh my God, that's a little bit of a, that's a big grill, Tommy.
That's a big grill.
That should be like the Walrus.
Yeah, it really should be. You're right. Wow.
It's a minivan, obviously.
Look at these seats, though.
Oh my God, I bet you those come up like airplane seats.
Look at that. You got your Qi wireless charger there. Oh my goodness. That's unreal. Look at that. This is a van like I have never seen before.
So the question, of course, is, are we ever going to see these kind of new Chinese EVs? I'm not sure about that. You know, we have some protectionism in America going on right now. For instance, if you want to qualify for the federal rebate, you have to have both the vehicle and the battery built and sourced in America, actually.
Yeah.
And so that would preclude a lot of these vehicles from actually being able to get that discount. And our market is very hard to break into, not just because we have some protectionism going on, but it's very competitive. And like I said, I was in Detroit about, 14 years ago now, when like the Great Wall, and Geely, and some of these other companies were, you know, expected to be in America within 2-3 years, and here we are 14 years later, and they're still not in America. The only one that actually really did succeed, not actually succeed as a company, was Coda. Now, of course, VinFast is trying the same thing.
Yeah.
Which is Vietnamese, I understand that. But yeah, for $20,000, I think if you could sell this in America for $20K, look, even a front-facing camera, Tommy.
Yeah, look at the tech. LED headlights. You got this kind of funky grille design. It's not a bad-looking little car.
You know, if you came in the way the Japanese came in America, where you offer high-quality, inexpensive cars and then kind of work your way up, it's a format that, of course, the Koreans have followed as well, and kind of move your way up to eventually, you know, Lexus status, then you could do very well. But it would be a significant investment, and right now, at least with what's happening in the EV market in America, I'm not sure EVs are all that popular in a lot of ways, right? We're seeing like secondhand EVs selling for not a lot of money, and even here in Japan, what percentage of EVs are sold in Japan?
Well, 1.7, which is tiny, but they only have 10 cars on the market. But guys,
what's the most popular here? Tesla, right? Yeah.
Yes, I think Tesla's the best selling. That's right. But that's twice the price of the BYD.
Anyway, guys, let us know in the comments below if this Dolphin were sold at your local BYD, whether you'd be interested in buying it for, let's say, under $20,000. And if so, is this something that you could see you and your family trucking around your hood? As always, this is Roman.
And Tommy.
Saying check out alltfl.com. We've got a lot of coverage, wall-to-wall coverage here from Tokyo. You'll see it all on our different channels, so the best place to go is alltfl.com, because all in one place for you. Make it easy. Ciao.